Good morning, muscle and strength. Ariel Khadr, two-time Miss Fitness International, Arnold Classic Fitness Champion. We're here in the morning for breakfast, and the first thing that I do in the morning is I literally set this up the night before and turn it on in the morning. We have the Relentless Roast from Destination Dallas, MJ, CEO. He made his own roast. So meal one today will be, I'm gonna do 6 egg whites. We're gonna use some of this rice flour. We're gonna do 40 grams worth, which is 33 grams of carbs. I get some extra carbs here from fruit and some tomatoes, which I normally don't actually use on prep. So let's get this going. My dad was in the food business, and he was known for his breakfast. Jimmy Fallon told him it was the best breakfast he ever ate, actually. So best omelet he's ever made. So I've had people tell me that I make the best omelets. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing differently. Actually, because it's off season, we'll add some fat-free cheese to this omelet. I should have probably done a little bit less protein, but this is what I do in off season. I do a little bit of if it fits your macros without plugging it in. I coach myself, so I do know what I'm eating and I make it work, so. And we'll use regular ketchup because I think I ran out of the reduced sugar, which we'll get later. Normally I measure this, but we're just gonna kind of wing it. It's about an ounce of fat-free cheese. This one might be a little, nah, there's no way I was flipping that one. So we're kind of a screwed up omelet. It's still gonna taste good. So this is something I've been known for, especially after my Arnold episodes in my YouTube channel. White rice flour is basically like cream of rice, but it's powdered form. So it's a little more difficult to make. I'm gonna show you how I make it. I use a silicone bowl. It's a lot easier to stir it up. We're gonna do 40 grams of this. Then you're gonna stir it up with like this, so it's not all clumpy because it is powder. Let's heat this up in the microwave in increments. I think that's been in there for 40 seconds. You just wanna make sure it just kind of keeps stirring every like 30 to 40 seconds. Okay, so you'll know it's kind of ready when it looks like this. So it's kind of watery, but it's not. You wanna give it a last mix. These are really good in these. They are like flavoring with stevia. So I'm gonna put a little bit of coconut, just a drop. I use 3, but I mean, really just do whatever you want. That's my opinion. All right, so morning supplements. I'm honestly not a crazy supplement person, but I do like to take probiotics in the morning. I think it's really important for your gut. 5-HTP, it's also good for your mood. It also helps with cravings. DIM is a supplement to regulate females' hormones. This is really important for me to take. I like to take activated charcoal, keeps things moving, digestion. I'm big on digestion, I think it's very important. Turmeric, doesn't really matter what brand you take, but one of my friends gave me this one and it's good for inflammation and my joints, so we're gonna take 1. My background in competing started with my parents. They were very into bodybuilding, so they used to take me to shows when I was very young. And I did gymnastics, probably started around 5. I also did taekwondo. Eventually, when I turned 11 or 10, at the time, I had a coach for gymnastics that did fitness. And so I eventually did Junior Fitness International, and I won that. I knew eventually I had to become professional in the IFBB in order to make it to the Mr. Olympia competition. And I eventually was shy of my birthday 10 days after I turned 17. I was the youngest pro to ever become a professional in the IFBB. And I haven't won the Miss Olympia fitness competition, but that is my ultimate dream. And I hope that this year I can do that. I'm gonna do some routine practice and possibly legs. We're going to have Eno explode before we start this routine practice. I'm actually only gonna do half a scoop because I had coffee before this. As you guys saw that actually. We're at Starbucks. I was gonna get a hot coffee, but there's bonus points for 10 stars if I get a nitro cold brew. So maybe I'll get one, just because. So in this case, I think we'll do the egg white bites instead. Honestly, I really wanted that sandwich. And I needed some carbs because we just trained. But since we are gonna cheat later, my body's not gonna, we're gonna improvise because we're off season and this is what happens sometimes. And it's fine. I try to get at least a gram of protein for my body weight. I try to stick to a little bit less carbohydrates and a more balanced carbs and fats. If I have a little bit more carbs, I might have a little bit less fats. If I have a little bit more fats, I might have a little bit less carbs. So realistically, that's a caloric balance. And I try to keep my calories. Honestly, I don't exactly know. I guess you guys will calculate that when we do this video, but I don't exactly know how many calories that I do eat per day. But this is very much an average. And even when we do our cheat meal, most likely it will be something clean. We're not actually debating on that yet. I haven't decided. But typically it is kind of clean. So my calories are kind of on a pretty similar baseline. They might be a little bit higher some days and a little bit lower others. But today we just did routine and legs, so I can definitely afford a little bit more food. So we are preparing our cheat meal accessories for drinking, actually. So if I ever have an alcoholic beverage or I know I'm gonna go somewhere and have a drink or enjoy myself, I take Crystal Light and I order usually a vodka water and I mix it with Crystal Light. So there's literally no extra added calories other than the vodka itself, which technically has 0 calories, but I still treat it as if it has some sort of carbs or something in it because realistically it's getting digested. It's just a lot different than food. All right, so we're gonna have a cheat meal. It is meal 3, but my last meal was kind of measly, as you guys saw. So we're gonna get a clean cheat meal plus a little alcoholic beverage to celebrate my win because Nick behind the camera hasn't celebrated with me formally. So we're gonna go to Tijuana Taxi. It is a Mexican place. You can always find clean cheats at a Mexican restaurant for sure. So let's go. We're gonna get this cheat meal. I'm kind of hungry, so we're gonna try this sugar-free margarita mix. I guess I should put it the right side where it says tear here with my teeth. It smells like a margarita. It looks like a margarita. Oh yeah, it does actually taste like a margarita. So we got like a cup of rice, about a cup of broccoli, and I think this is about a 12-ounce steak with, if I had to eyeball, about a half a cup of like onions and mushrooms. It's definitely sauteed in oil, so you gotta factor that in. I didn't specify to please not use oil or butter, but you can do that when you're out to eat. Like I said, I'm off season, said it a million times. I don't really like to be like complicated when I order. That's just my personality. but you can definitely be complicated when you order. These restaurants want to make money, they want to make you happy, they want to make you come back. My dad was in the food business, I would know how that works. But I think I'm going to eat about half of this and take it home. And that's something that I like to do because obviously portion sizes at restaurants are large and I'm a small person, so we don't need that much food. And I'm hungry, so let's eat it. We're at Fat Boy Sushi, my local favorite sushi place. I always get the sushi and sashimi platter. Honestly, that's the easiest way to get something that's like clean because it's just rice and fish. So we got a tuna roll, sushi and sashimi. Let's see how much I can eat. But we got spicy mayonnaise and low sodium soy sauce. Obviously, the mayonnaise is gonna add some calories, but tuna is low in fat versus salmon. So therefore, if this was all salmon, it would be a lot more caloric and higher in fat. So we're here for meal number 5. The main ingredient for this really is the Ninja Creamy. I've already taken my Ninja Creamy ingredients out. You have to freeze this for at least, I think it's 12 to 16 hours. The protein peanut butter cookie flavor. I put a little bit of peanut butter PB2 in here, which is powdered peanut butter. 2 tablespoons of PB2 specifically. 1 tablespoon of this Synthesis 6 peanut butter cookie. We're gonna put it in my Ninja Creamy. And this substitutes Halo Top if you eat about a Halo Top pint per day or every other day. So we're gonna press sorbet. I recommend you guys all get this because it will save you a lot of money if you are eating, like, honestly, at least a pint of ice cream a day. I want to thank you guys for staying along. I hope that I can take you guys with me in season and contest prep while I'm getting ready for the Olympia because it will be a little bit different. And Muscle and Strength, I can't thank you guys more for being a part of this journey. I have not won the Olympia yet, but we're coming for it this year. So stay tuned on my Instagram, my YouTube, Muscle and Strength channel, obviously. And I love you guys.